Good morning again, brothers and sisters. Finally got my coffee, got dressed, getting ready to go down in the country, the Lord willing, and see those grandchildren and have a good time. Enjoy life. Uh, anyway, I had a shameful confession on that other video, but I'm putting these out there. These are, like I say, for my kids and whoever wants to look in all the way across the pond down in Australia. Whoever wants to, anybody that speaks the English language can listen to this. Got myself in trouble the other day on this talking of people. I was on some kind of thing with talking in another language. Got myself in trouble. I used I said something like we have something in common, flat Earth, and I found out that common meant something else in this other part of the country that I was talking to, somebody else's language. But so I apologized and I said something we agree on. I changed it, so they understood that word. But anyway, and I had a little translator there that was translating and telling me what everybody's talking about. There was people that believed that the Earth was flat, and they were having a little discussion, but they didn't speak English, and there were several English speaking people that were there, and a couple of people that from America that was listening in, even though we couldn't understand it. But anyway, wanted to talk to you, tell another story today, put another story out there. It's something that happened to me, and I'm passing these stories down to my kids, and this is a wonderful way to do it is on the internet. I'm just going one story every 15 minutes that I got up here. You can do it on the internet and kind of get it out there to the kids, and the things that you couldn't do back when I was, had to pass it down by word of mouth. But I'm gonna pass it down on this thing about my dealings with the communists, the commies. I guess I'll call this video my dealings with the commies, or the Communist Party, or people that socialists or whatever they call it. Well, here's how it goes. After I got out of the military, unceremoniously, down in I set out on the world. Anyway, I've made I stayed down there around New Orleans, for a while when I was a young man, early 20s. Yeah, in my early 20s before I met my wife. Finally had to come back home and find my mate. But the thing about it was to find the one that God had for me. The thing about it is that I wasn't interested in no communist party. Back when I was in my early 20s, there were some people that back in those days, I guess you probably saw the history, there was the communists, infiltrating the college campuses and all this and that, but I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in the be fruitful and multiply thing, that God put in me then, be fruitful. And that's what I was interested in. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. I didn't care nothing about that. I wasn't one of these people like that, that cared anything about that. But they were all around, especially back in the 60s, the late 60s. And on the college campuses, people that were pushing their particular doctrine or their particular sect or whatever you want to call them, they were communists. Or I guess these particular people were communists. I don't know what they were, socialists or communists. But anyway, there were some. I had some friends that they were all into all that stuff back then. I don't know if they are now. They were down there around New Orleans and in that area. I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you the college name or anything like that in that area, in the Louisiana area. There was some on the college campuses. And get this now. They said they used to tell me now we're being watched by these. We're being watched by the powers that be. You know, I said, well, good night. Nobody, they don't care nothing about you. But it turned out later, I believe they were watching them. But anyway, there was this communist there, and they were having a spaghetti supper. These men that said they were communists. You could tell they were strange people, and they having this spaghetti supper. So the spaghetti supper, and I was gonna go to it because that was a free meal, and that was a free meal, and I wanted a free meal. Anytime I can get a free meal back then, I'd take it. Especially, you know, back then, you know, it'd be beer, and they used to drink wine, and there was kind of these what do you call these people? These well, you know, liberal thinking people. I guess that'd be the word. You know, somebody help me out there with that word. Uh, they were kind of liberal thinking people. But anyway, I had friends all, and I didn't care. You know, there was friends from high school, people from my town. I liked them. I don't care. You know what? I didn't care what they believed. That's kind of the way it was. But like I say, I was interested in the ladies. That's all I cared about. And also, there was a free meal. And the comment, I said, well, I couldn't wait to get to that communist meeting that night. They were going to let me speak. They would let me speak for give my tell them what it's like in the military, and let me speak, you know, and stuff like that. But I never made it to this particular meeting. I didn't make it to the meeting because he had found out I wasn't willing to. This particular leader, communist leader, it was covered up in the orange at that time. He found out I wasn't willing to kill my parents for the cause, and he also said he thought I believed in God. This is what my friend told me. You know, reason I wasn't invited to the spaghetti supper, and I said, well, how in the world does he know I believe in God? Did he know he knew I wasn't gonna kill my mom and daddy for the cause. I let that be known, but but he also uh, uh, but he also said he believes in God. And I thought to myself, how in the world does he know I believe in God? Because I drank all them under the table that were there, and at that time I cursed, you know. I cursed a lot, you know. I didn't use the Lord's name in vain, but I did let some fly every once in a while. And but for some reason that communist man, or whatever he was, he had discerned that I was a Christian or believed in God, which believing in God was against the rules, I guess, back then in communism. I don't know if it is now or not, but anyway, I didn't believe, you know, I wasn't gonna kill my parents, and over that cause, so I didn't get no spaghetti supper. But that's how that went. I thought that was, when I think back on things like that, it's kind of humorous because, you know, to see, hey, well, I don't know what it was that I did, but that fella knew I believed in God even way back then, and I was the biggest sinner that ever walked this earth. Still, you know, I still sin, but I sinned a lot more back then. But anyway, that's that story. And also, these people were on college campuses everywhere, you know, and they'd have meetings left and right. I wound up going to a few of them. I didn't, you know, I didn't, like I say, I wasn't willing to kill my mom and daddy for the cause, so that got me excluded from the commies. So that's my dealings with it. Well, not just the commies, but every other little thing that popped up, every other uh, uh, belief system. I believed in, like I say, I believed in having a good time, you know, live. But I believe in live and let live now. That's the way I believe now. But that's that little story. Oh yeah, some other thing that might be interested in my kids. The Half Moon Hotel Cafe in that movie. I don't know if it's Claude Van Damme or the other fella, big tall fellow. But one of those movies, them kung fu movies, they show some clips from the Half Moon restaurant down there in New Orleans. Well, I used to eat at that restaurant, and you could get a seafood platter for about, I think it was about $2 or something. It was real cheap. And back then when I was coming along, now it'd probably be $30, $40 for a seafood platter. But at that little place down there, this at Half Moon that they showed in that movie, that's where I used to eat down there in New Orleans. Just gonna put that in there for my kids. You know, nothing special about the thing. I made a video a minute ago about my embarrassing thing about the running all them stop signs, but I'm gonna try to put up stuff, even the embarrassing stuff, so the kids can know, can laugh and joke about it when I'm gone. Peace and love, Miss Boy down here in Alabama.